Hello, everybody. If you are here for how you can differentiate yourself in the marketplace, in a crowded marketplace with Miss Vanessa, you are in the right place. Sorry for the technical difficulties and getting started a few minutes late, but as we all know, we're being remote. Technical difficulties are here and they're real and they happen to all of us. So hopefully we are smooth sailing from here. And with that, I'm just going to let Vanessa dive right in and introduce herself.
Perfect. So first of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for the invite. This is a phenomenal summit. A big shout out to all the organizers. You guys are all brilliant. So I literally am just going to dive in because I know that I've lost a few seconds. So what I want to do first up is I just want to explain a little bit who I am. I'm one of the South Africans on the chat, so I'm proud to be here representing South Africa. I'm a global sourcing trainer and sourcing specialist, and I'm also passionate about personal branding, which is what I want to talk to you about today, because I really want you to be able to stand out in this crowded marketplace and you to be able to find the best pick of jobs out there. So my side hustles include, I'm an international keynote speaker. I love sharing and collaborating with others, and I'm also a budding wildlife photographer. So here are some of my photos that I thought I'd share from you from the African bushveld. So let's get started around personal branding because time is tight. So Jeff Bezos said to us, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room, and never a truer word was spoken. So I encourage all of you who are on the job market at the moment, who are looking for something new, some exciting new challenge, really finding your passion in your home. I encourage you to go and check out what the internet says your personal brand is, because it could be something quite different to what you believe it to be. So the first step that I want to leave you with, the first instruction, the first action point, call it, is what do you find about yourself when you Google yourself? And this is really, really important because you want to be determining what people are saying about you, how you are portrayed out there. You don't want it to be because of content other people have put up there. And it's very easy to move this content further down if you don't like it. It's just by adding more of your own good content onto the wonderful thing called the World Wide Web. So you might be sitting there thinking, what's this crazy South African talking about? You know, why do I need a strong online brand? But it's becoming more and more important. Globally, we're struggling from really, really high unemployment levels, and people aren't being found in the traditional ways. Sure, people still use job boards and look for candidates on job boards, but people are also looking on social platforms. And this is all about social recruiting. And it's all about being found via social platforms. And social platforms, I don't just mean LinkedIn. I mean your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. What are you saying? Are you posting about this conference now? Are you attending? Are you speaking? All of those important things. So you need a strong online brand because you want to be standing out from your competitors. You want to look better than them by your presence on the internet. Because people always want A-team players, community leaders, great networkers or connectors like Lenore was talking about earlier. And that's what we want to be. So we need a strong online brand because I want job opportunities to come your way. I want people to come knocking on your door because that's so much easier than you always going and knocking on other people's doors and saying, what opportunities do you have? I want people to find you because you are standing out as a thought leader, you're adding value, and you are sharing on social platforms. And it's super easy to do. It just takes commitment and discipline. And if I can do it, oh boy, anyone can do it. So I'm going to give you 6 reasons why you need this outstanding brand. And I think that we all pretty much know these already, so I'm not going to harp on them for too long. But first of all, a strong online brand is going to make you stand out as a thought leader in your chosen industry. And you all work in such a wonderful industry, you know, learning and development, it's giving back, it's helping people. It really is phenomenal. And I encourage you to start sharing more about the good things that you are doing. I really believe that learning and development is such an undervalued space globally. And I think about how many lives we've changed. And I just see that, you know, the comments that people make after doing training, and we're really empowering people. And I think that we need to talk more about this on our social platforms, about how passionate we are about empowering others. The second reason is that if you have a strong online brand, you've got that immediate trust. So you're seen as someone who's been asked to come and present at a summit like this, which is just absolutely excellent. You're also the person who's staying top of mind. So it's kind of like, we need a new L&D person in our company. Who do we think of? Oh, wait, hold on. What about the person who's always sharing those excellent posts about the L&D space? They seem to know what they're talking about. Let me reach out to them and contact them. And that is how you get noticed. The third reason is you want to be more memorable than your competitors. You want to stand out from them. It's a tough marketplace at the moment, people. There's lots of people looking. Unfortunately, L&D budgets are some of the budgets that were cut first, which is really, really unfortunate. So I believe that the competition is going to be rough out there. But if you're standing out, you have an opinion, you're giving back, you're forming networks, you have a community, you are not going to struggle. My next point is that if you've got a great online brand, you're going to find it a lot easier to sell yourself and your services. And this is fantastic because if you're anything like me, you absolutely hate cold calling for business. You hate scrambling to bring every little bit of business in. And as a solopreneur, let's face it, we're reliant on people asking us to come and provide a service for them. So what I say is that if you've got a strong online brand, hopefully people and opportunities are going to be coming your way, whether you've decided that you're going to be pursuing a career in consulting or whether you're actually looking for employment yourself. And also, this is something that I got hung up on for too long, probably a good year, is that you've got to dig deep and you've got to define your why. And you've got to think about why do you do what you do? And I firmly believe it. I come from a long line of teachers. That's my qualification, that teaching is a calling, but training is also a calling. And I don't believe that if you're not passionate about the topic and passionate about what you are sharing, you're going to be a good trainer at all. So your why, don't overthink it. Your why is whatever comes to top of mind very quickly. And I'm sure that I've already given you the answer that you were looking for as to why you do what you do, which will lead into your personal brand. And finally, you can build relationships with people that you enjoy working with from anywhere. And I'm sure you've heard the 4 non-blondes mentioned a couple of times during this summit. Two out of 4 of the ladies I've never met in my life, yet we chat on a continuous basis all day, every day. I've never seen so many penguins in my life. And I shout out to them that you don't need to be living in the same country or even met people who are kindred spirits and have the same values and ethics that you have. So this is all wonderful, Vanessa. Thanks for sharing it with us, I hear you say. But how do we do this? And guys, the simplest thing that I can share with you is start standing out on your social platforms. I really encourage you to start posting at least 3 times a day on a platform like LinkedIn. Try and do it on 3 different days, space your posts out a bit, but have an opinion. Share your own thoughts, something new that you have learned in the industry. You don't always have to be sharing other people's content. You don't even need to be blogging anymore. You just need to have an opinion and you need to stand out on these platforms. And as I say, with a little bit of discipline, it's actually super easy to do. So the first step is that you have to have a solid foundation that you can confidently and authentically build on. And that is such a key to personal brand. What I hear, what comes up time and time again, is to have a good personal brand is you have to be authentic and you have to be genuine. Once you have those 2 parts of your foundation in place, the rest is going to be history. You're going to be flying with this. You absolutely will be. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the special thing that makes you you. And if you are struggling with this, I encourage you to reach out to close friends and family. They will be able to define this. It might not be the most sensible answer that comes back first, but bear with them. You need to find that personal little snippet, that personal nuance that you have, that little niche hiding somewhere, and you can exaggerate this a little bit. But I encourage you to take this something special to help you define your why, to help you to build your online brand. So think about your brand assets, and everybody has them. Not only companies have brand assets. Trust me, people have brand assets too. So you've got to look at your skills and your credentials. So first of all, what skills have you acquired through your life? I'm sure that it doesn't have to be something that you've got on a piece of paper that's hanging on the wall. You have life skills, you have people skills. What training have you received too? And all of these combined together will help you to determine where your strengths lie and where does it make sense for you to be looking at for your next opportunity. But more importantly for me is I love seeing in people, I love seeing passion and interests. So what industries are you interested in? What are you passionate about? Kind of the question like, what gets you out of bed in the morning? What grills your cheese? Okay, this is what you need to identify, because you want to be that person who's working in the job that doesn't feel like a job at all, because every day you go to work and you actually just have fun. And I wish everyone could experience that. And also, you've got to look at your core values and beliefs, because they make up who you are, which again will translate into your personal brand. So what are your most important core values? What will you not waver on? What do you stand for? What do you vehemently stand against? Because they're just as important as each other. And once you've identified these, you're A for away, because you know that this is kind of like your guiding light, your North Star. And also remember that it's all about storytelling. If you can speak well or write well and tell a good story, you're going to create engagement, loyalty, and connection. And this is something that is just awesome. And that is why I encourage you on all of your posts. I really encourage you to be sharing your own stories, because everybody, I believe, has got a story to tell. Everyone is going to find something that you have that they connect with, that they really want to chat about further. So share and share away. Also, I want you to work on building your credibility by positioning yourself alongside others who stand out in the market. I read such an interesting comment the other day, is that the people that you surround yourself with, the 5 people that you see the most, you actually start to become quite similar to them. And I think that this is really true. So you need to choose who you choose to spend time with. Not people who are necessarily you're going to only hang around with them because they're going to make you look good, because that isn't authentic, that isn't genuine at all. But find the people, find your tribe. And I'm hoping that on the summit, you are going to find your tribe, because I connected with loads of kindred spirits after the last summit, and it really has been an awesome journey for me. I encourage you all to connect with me on any platform that you can find me on. And I'm not that difficult to find, trust me. So what I want you to do is I want you to create an offer that your network or your connections will love. So you've got to think about it. What do you do? Where can you add value? What is your value proposition? What is your USP? What is your unique selling point? I can give it a whole lot of cute terms, but really at the end of the day, what do you do? What is your value proposition? And you really need to carefully define that yourself. No one else can really do this for you. And second of all, how do you do it? And it's simple, guys. Just ask yourself these 2 questions. If you can figure out the what and the how, you can speak very clearly to anyone. If you're going through an interview process, a hiring process, you're looking at becoming a solopreneur, whatever it may be, as long as you can define those 2 things, and I still battle because it changes all the time, you're going to be A for away again. Also, very important, you need to find the place that you can show up regularly so your audience and your community know where to find you. For example, I've started a community group here in South Africa full of recruiters, talent acquisition specialists, sources. People know that I'm there. People know where to find me. People know that I'm going to post there every morning at 6 o'clock, mainly because I automate the post, but don't tell people. But seriously, find your tribe and create a community and create easy channels of communication with everyone. Next, I want you to choose your target audience, because you cannot be everything to everyone. And I think this is where a lot of humans go wrong. Not everyone's going to be your ideal client. But if you've clearly defined your what and your how, it should be a lot easier for you to identify who is your ideal client. Who is that company that you really want to work for? Which company embodies your values that you really feel that you're going to find your forever home in? And I really encourage you to do this. And I took the leap of faith recently, and I went and had professional headshots done. And probably figured out that I'm one of the people who like to be on the other side of the camera and like to be taking the photographs. But the difference that this has made is just incredible. And I really want to encourage you to take an authentic picture of yourself. I'm not someone who really gets completely dressed up with a full head of makeup and, hairdresser and all of those things. So take an authentic shot of yourself as I did. And the difference, the confidence that it will bring you is absolutely amazing. When I see that on this person speaking at a conference, I suddenly think, wow, you actually can scrub up all right. It's just a little bit of a hairbrush makes all the difference. And also your bio. Your bio is so important. It's the first thing that is going to grab people's attention. Don't just tell me you're an L&D specialist or an L&D expert or you're a trainer or whatever it may be. You're far more than that. You're far more than the person that just goes into the office to work from 8 until 5 or 9 until 5 or 9 until 6, whatever it is. There's so much more to you. I want to know what you're passionate about. I want to know why you do what you do. And you can fit it in there. I'm sure you can.
All right, so Vanessa, hi, it's Jessica. Just want to time check. We have about 6 minutes left, so just want to encourage folks, if they have questions, please start using the chat and chatting questions, and we'll try to get to as many as we can before the end. But as you are.
Jessica, feel free to stop me and ask me any questions, but I'm nearly done, I promise. I'm talking fast, even for a South African.
Understood.
Cool. Okay. I also encourage you to actively listen and share news in your industry. The more knowledgeable you are in your industry, the better conversations you can have. So stay up to date, people. Don't just pretend or think you're looking for a job, so you don't have to stay up to date with current affairs. These are things that often come up in interviews. And also, if you've been sitting around not doing anything for a while, keep your mind and body active. I encourage you to join groups, volunteer, help others. Life is all about karma. What you put out there is what you're going to sow and what you're going to reap. And getting to the end, find an expert that you admire and follow in their footsteps. So try and identify someone. You can even connect with someone now. The whole world's online. You can set up a 30-minute call with anyone. I really believe that. I've done it. And just seriously have a conversation with them. There we go. Those are my contact details. There's my website. There's my email address. There's my Twitter handle. You can find me on LinkedIn. As I say, I'm not difficult to find. So yeah, questions. Let's do it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Vanessa. You're a real pro, because I know it's always jarring at the beginning to have the technical difficulties and then jump right in, but you're a real pro.
No, don't stress, man.
So you're awesome, and we appreciate you. All right. So, this is a great question. So what if you have a really common name and your Google search maybe doesn't show up until page 10?
Sure. That's where the dead bodies are hidden on Google, right? So that would be a problem. So to be honest with you, that's a very good question. So if you only appear on page 10, maybe think about changing it. So I have added recently on my LinkedIn page, I've actually added some emojis. So, if you could work on the emoji side of it or create somewhere that's unique to you. So, for example, if you put my name into a Google search, what comes up first is my website. And then from my website, it actually takes you to links to other places. So maybe set up like a redirecting page, even if you look at about.me or something similar where you can host a page and then from there share your social platforms. Or you could add in a middle name or get creative with it.
Perfect. Oh, you're getting lots of good shout outs. So you're a great living example of strong and effective personal branding. Lots of love for you in the chat, Vanessa.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Wow. And some people I don't know, please connect. Please, can you add a number to the end of your surname? Yes, you could add a number to the end of your surname. I would rather go with a middle name because that's a little bit more unique to you. Head cheerleader. Thanks, Kelly. When I was in my previous company for 10 years, I wanted to be called the head cheerleader and they refused. So I went and opened my own business and called myself the head cheerleader. Such a rebel.
Love that. Head cheerleader, it's an important person to have for yourself and also in your job search. You got to have someone for the days that you can't be your own cheerleader who's being the cheerleader with you or for you. Absolutely.
Right, so yeah, any other questions from me? As I say, you guys are welcome to, it doesn't end here. I'm going to be on for the next session. My good friend Kim is presenting. Hopefully she finds the backstage better, more effectively than I did. And I just think it's really unfair. I had to co-present on the same session as my other good friend, Sophia. So yeah, just saying. We do have one final question, Vanessa. Why are you so awesome? That's a real question that I got chatted to me. Because it's 7:30 here in South Africa, and pretty much know that I've got a glass of wine waiting for me in the kitchen. So I'm looking forward to it.
Quite a good way to end your day. Well, thank you for ending your day with us and sharing all your great tips and tricks. Really appreciate everything. And if you can't find Vanessa on social media, then that's
I'm
a real
not too sure
problem.
what to suggest. Yeah. Jessica, thanks for your time. Thanks for volunteering to do this. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much. And feel free to check in the next sessions. We have more sessions starting at 12:30. So take a bio break, grab a snack, do what you need to do. Get some wine or some tea, depending what day it is, what time of day it is for you. It's about lunchtime for us. But, there's no right, there's no wrong. We're not judging. I always have my favorite beverages at any given point in time.
There we go. There's mine.
Definitely water, right?
True. It is, unfortunately. Excellent. Well, listen, thanks for your time, guys. It was brilliant. Happy to be a part of it.
All right, thanks.
Cheers. Bye-bye.